9 times 3? 27, right? 3 more than 24, and 10 times 3 we already know is 30, okay? So think of the ones you already know. You already know 0 times 3 is 0. You know 1 times 3 is 3. You know 2 times 3 is 6 because you've done that one on your time test for times 2 all last week. You know 3 times 5 is 15. So look at that. You already know 4 for sure. 5. 10 times 3 is 30. Wow, look at all the facts you already know. And now just add the other ones. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Anytime you do 3 times 4 or 4 times 3, it's going to be 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 6 is 18. 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 7 is 21. 8 times 3, 24. 3 times 8 is 24. And then what about 3 times 7? Or excuse me, 3 times 9. We did 3 times 7. 3 times 9 is 3 times 9 is 27, and 9 times 3 is 27 as well. So the activity that you can do, and I'm going to cut over to my other screen here, all right, so I can show you that a little bit more closely. There we go. Is you would take that square and you would put in the products of the multiplications of 3, the multiples of 3, and you can put them in any order. I did mine 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. And then because you don't have flashcards, or if you do have a set of flashcards at home, you would have to make yourself some flashcards. And I made mine so that I have 2 times 3 and also 3 times 2 in here, okay? So I did both, all right? And then you'd have to choose something to be your bingo markers, okay? And I'd like to choose something a little bit smaller so that I can still see my number, because I'm going to do a different kind of bingo today. And you can play bingo the regular way or however you like. So what I'm going to do is shuffle my cards up a little bit, okay? And could you make another bingo card for someone else? Sure. Play with your family. All right, and then I flip up a card, and it said, oh my goodness, what an easy one. 1 times 3, okay? So 1 times 3 is 3. I'm going to put a marker in that square, and I'm play that we have to get black out. You have to get it all out. 3 times 1, okay. Now the way I'm going to play is if you get another one that is that same one, and you have a tile on it, you have to take it off. Oh, so we might have to go through these again. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 5 is 15. Oh, 5 times 3 is 15. I have to take it off. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, it's stuck together. 4 times 3 is 12. Oh no, I have to take that one off. 3 times 9 is 27. I can put that one on. I've got a bingo there, so I guess if you wanted to play till you get a bingo, that would be okay too. 3 times 8 is 24. Well, good thing, because now my bingo is gone. 2 times 3 is 6. What? 3 times 7 is 21. Shoo! 7 times 3 is 21. Wait a minute. 6 times 3 is 18. 9 times 3 is 27. Oh, I have one left. So I would just keep trying. So I could put them back together and shuffle them up a little bit and try again. 9 times 3, 27. No fact families. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Oh, I've got 4 corners. 3 times 2 is 6. Did I do a good job shuffling? 4 times 3 is 12. I've got another bingo. 3 times 9 is 27. Rats, I had to take it off. Okay, so you have an example of that's one way you could play. You certainly could play that if you get the next one, you just put 2 tiles on it, okay? You make up the rules for your game. How can you play something that helps you practice your times 3 facts? Do a matching game. So you'd put them all down, and then you have to find the matches, the 3 times 9 and the 9 times 3, and you have to say what it is when you find each time you turn over a card. So I don't have all the cards out here, but let's say 9 times 3, that's 27. 3 times 6 is 18, but they don't match, okay? Maybe you want to make another card that has the answers, and then you'd have to get all 3 of them, each of the multiplication facts and also the answer. All right, so a way to practice your times 3s. Set that aside and take out your 2 brown paper bags, okay? I'm just going to stay on this screen here because we're going to come right back to this. Oops, I want to be on side 1. Okay, so I'm going to show you what to do on the top here, okay? So the first thing you're going to do before you look at your tiles is you are going to make your prediction of how many tiles are in the bag that are red, how many are green, how many are yellow. I know that I don't have any blue. And remember, I told you that each of you do not have one color. So that we can be certain of. I had no tally marks in blue, so I am certain that my blue is 0. Absolutely certain. Now, the other ones, I can tell you for certain the red has more than green and yellow. And it looks as though green and yellow might be the same. So I had 7 here for green, 7 for yellow, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, this is just one tally mark there, 36. So if you wanted to write that, I had 36 here, 7, and 7. All right, so my tile numbers has to equal 10. It has to equal 10 altogether. So I know that 0 of them are blue. So how many yellow, how many green, and how many red? Well, there are a lot more red. I think I have to have an even number of green and yellow. I'm going to guess that there are 1 each, 1 yellow and 1 green. That I had 1 green tile and 1 yellow tile. That's my guess. And that means, so if I had 1 green and 1 yellow, that is a total of 2. How many more do I need to get to 10? 8. So I'm going to guess that, whoops, I almost wrote 10 here, excuse me, that 8 of them are red. That's my guess, okay? Now I'm going to see if my guess is right. Oh, I'm nervous. So I pour them out. Oh, I was wrong. I was right in that the green and the yellow have the same, but they had 2. And so if I have 2, and so right underneath I'm going to write the actual. I had 2 yellow, I had 2 green, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. That's the actual I had. And of course, I got the blue right. Yay! All right, so I wrote my predictions up here. I wrote what actually happened down on the bottom. All right, now I'm going to put those tiles back in my bag number 1. And I'm going to think about what I learned here. And I'm going to turn over to number 2. Wow. Boy, some of mine look very similar, just different colors though, right? I can tell for sure. Which one can I be certain of that I don't have any? I do not have any yellow in my bag, so I'm going to put a 0 there. I have most of them blue, and I have a pretty even number of red and green. There's a few more red than green, but not like twice as many. I have 10 here and 7 here. If I had twice as many, then I'd maybe do, say, 2 red and 1 green, and then 7 for my blue. Boy, I remember from my bag 1, when they were really close, it wasn't 1 tile each with this many. It was 2. And look, I have 6 and 10. Here I had 7, and that was 2. So I'm going to use my experience from bag 1 and what I see here to guess that there are 2 red, 2 green, and 6 blue. Oh, what do you think? Am I going to be right? First of all, does that equal 10? We have to have it all equal 10, don't we? 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 0 is still 4, plus 6 is 10. Yep, so I've got a good guess. Pour them out. Yahoo! I got it right. 2 green, 2 red, 6 blue. Yay for me. Okay, so I used my experience on bag 1 to help me make a good or even a more accurate guess on bag 2. And that's what I'd like you to try. You can use my experiences here, okay, what we talked about, and also what you learn when you do your bag 1. That might affect how you make your guess on bag 2, okay? So today I do need a picture sent to me of both sides, both the one for bag 2 and the one for bag 1. So you do need to send me a picture of that. All right, well, that was kind of fun. That was our probability activity. And now we're going to talk about arrays. So now you'll need that paper like this with the different grids on them, different square patterns, and your bag of tiles, okay? All right, your bag of 20 tiles. All right. Now, the first thing that we're going to do with our 20 tiles is just make some arrays, and we are making arrays today. If you want to write that on top of your blue page, you certainly can. We are making an array and labeling it. So we're doing arrays. Arrays. Okay. Now, with your tiles, doesn't have to be on top of this page at all, but if you do, that's fine. They do fit in there, okay? But we're not really drawing anything on here yet. But I would like you to make me an array. Let's maybe go, we could use this. Let's go in box C and make me an array that has 2 rows with 4 in each row. So here's 1 row with 4. And if you wanted to start at the bottom, you certainly could. It doesn't matter. With these, okay. And now 2, my second row, okay. So here's my array. All right. Now, how would I label that array? Well, the first number that we write is always how many rows are there? 2 rows. Okay, so we would label this array 2 rows times how many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 times 4. This array is a 2 times 4 array. Okay, a 2 times 4 array, or sometimes we say 2 by 4. A 2 by 4 array. Okay. You see the multiplication symbol here. So what does a 2 by 4 array, how many tiles are in that array? Well, we know 2 times 4. So a 2 times 4 array equals 8. 8 tiles. All right. Let's add another row. So let's make a 3 by 4 array. So we can keep the 2 we have. We just add another row of 4. And whether you add it to the bottom or the top, now what array do we show? Now our array shows 3 times 4, a 3 times 4 array. Hey, this one helps us practice our times 3s. A 3 times 4 array, that's 12. Let's do a 4 times 3. 4 rows excuse me, 4 rows of 4, not times 3. My mistake. 4 rows of 4. Ooh, that's a perfect square. Look at that. Perfect. 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in each row, 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes a square. And so what is the label for that array? We would label it 4, because there are 4 rows, times 4 in each row. And so a 4 by 4 array, or 4 times 4, equals 16. Let's do one more. Let's do a 5 by 4 array. I have to move my page up a little bit. It goes off of the board there, or if you aren't even doing it on the boxes, that is a-okay too. Now we've got how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now our array is a 5 times 4 array. And what does that equal? We know our times 5s. That equals 20. Hey, did you notice that we just did times 4s? 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 4 is 20. Hey, we're learning our times 4s today as well. Cool. All right, so that's how we make an array. Let's try a few more. So we're going to jumble those up. And this time, let's do 2 by 2. So you can go in that same section if you want. 2 by 2. All right, 2 by 2. There's 2 rows with 2 in each row. Hey, that's a perfect square as well. What? So how do we label that array? Well, that one is 2 times 2 array, and that equals 4. That's easy. We know 2 times 2. Let's make it a 3 times 2. So we had one more row of 2. Now, how do we label our array? 3 times 2 array equals, you got it, 6. All right, one more. A 4th row. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows with 2 in each row. So a 4 by 2 array, and that equals 8. Good job. All right, is it making sense to you? All right. Now we're going to use our page, and I'm going to tell you an array to create. Okay, so on our first one, we're going to create a 2 by 3 array. So in letter A, I want you to do a 2 by 3 array. So how many rows will we have? 2. How many will be in each row? 3. A 2 by 3 array. All right. So we have 2 on this side by 3 on the top. All right, and what does that equal? That gives us 6. Now what I'd like you to do is use your pencil, or if you want to get a colored pencil or that type of thing, I want you to color in this array. All right, so we're going to shade it in. Shade in our array to show 2 by 3. And then we're going to write our answer on the inside as well. All right, so we colored lightly enough, and now we will write 2 by 3 array, and what does that equal? 6. 6 tiles. All right, good. Try number 2. I'd like you to do a 4 by 2 array. 4 by 2. You go ahead and put your tiles out and see where they'll go. 4 rows, 2 in each row. Did you cover this whole section right here? 4 rows, 2 in each row. You can remove your tiles and go around the shape that you made. Shade that in. Da-da-dee-dee-dee. While we're doing this, we could practice our times threes. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18. 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 3 is 24. 9 times 3 is 27. 3 times 10 is 30. All right. So what is our array? We would label our array 4 times 2 array equals 8. 4 by 2 array equals 8. I'm going to give you one to do on your own. And again, feel free to use your tiles to fill it up how I told you to. And then you will write your numbers on the top and the bottom. And on the inside, you'll write your array number sentence and how many tiles there are altogether. So for your last one, for C, that you're going to do on your own, I want you to do an array that shows 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Okay? So show me an array that is 3 by 5, and then draw the line around the outside, color in the area of the inside, and write your information inside the shape that you make. All right? And then take a picture of that as well and send it to me. Whoo! That's a lot, wasn't it? But it was fun. One last thing I wanted to show you is how beautiful your flowers look. Alrighty. So here is, oh, I should probably cut to the other camera. I will. Here we go. I'll put it underneath here. Here's your red tinted one. It's so beautiful. And that one's looking really nice. Here's your blue tinted. Your blue tinted. And a little bit of water gone on that one. Your purple tinted, which ends up being just a darker blue, more of an indigo. All right, and are you ready to see the one where your stem was in 2? Oh, he's pretty small. I think his stems got waterlogged. I can see how dry they are here. They weren't able to continue getting water to the flower, and so because of that, that's what happened. Interesting. So there's the end of that. Back to me. All right, that's it for today. Have a great day. Work hard. Do your best. Can't wait to read your letters. They have been awesome. And I will see you soon. Oh, yes, I get to hear your memory treasure today. That's my other favorite thing. Bye, everyone.